Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? This is another Motivational Monday. This is where I do some motivational, inspirational, or just some life advice, that you guys can hear. So today, I wanted to talk about, actually learning and growing as a person, right? And the thing that stops people from learning and growing is the need to be right all the time. When you feel like you need to be right all the time, or, you want to show people that you're right about what you're saying is the truth, and you don't want to hear anybody else's thing and everybody else is wrong and you're right. When you feel the need to be right all the time, you're not going to learn and grow. Now, let me explain this. Let's say, for example, you're having a argument or a debate with somebody about something, whatever it is, right? Now, and you've experienced this before where you're having a debate. You're not really listening to the other person. You're just waiting your turn to say what you want to say. And you want to show the other person that what you're saying is right and what they're saying is wrong. Right? So, in this situation, you need to be right. You want to be right so bad. And the reason why you want to be right is because your need to be right is attached to your ego. So if you are, if you're not right, if what you're saying is wrong, then it's going to make you feel like you are wrong or there's something wrong with you because your ideas or your beliefs or your opinions, you attach that to how you feel about yourself. So you have to be right in order to make yourself feel good about yourself, right? But see, the thing that makes this, ridiculous is that if you're having this debate or this discussion, your need to be right so bad clouds you from actually learning information that's going on in the actual debate, actually focusing or listening to what the other person is saying, because what the other person is saying might be something that you can learn from. But since you want to be right so bad, you're not even listening to that person. You're not even really focused on what's going on. You're just focused on what you're going to say to that person so that you can feel good about being right. So when you're trying to be right, or you have this need to be right all the time and act like you know everything and nobody can tell you anything, you don't learn or you don't grow. Right? So let's say, for example, even if you are having a discussion or debate, and let's say what you're saying is correct and what the other person is saying is incorrect, right? You still should be listening and observing what they're saying and just observing what's going on in the situation, because even though you are correct in what you're talking about, you can still learn about what's actually going on in the situation. So for example, let's say let's use something totally ridiculous. Let's say you were arguing with somebody and somebody said, the color of the sun is, purple or something. You understand? And then you were like, no, the color of the sun is like a yellowish, orangish thing or whatever. And and the other person is like, no, the color of the sun is purple. What are you talking about? Because such and such and such and such. And you're like, no, listen, I can show it to you. There's pictures of the sun. The sun has this, look of it, and it has this yellowish, orangish looking thing. You understand? And you show them the picture and they're like, oh, okay, cool. All right, you're right. The fucking sun is yellowish, orangish color, right? So even though you were right in the situation, right, you still learned that there are other people who might think that the sun is purple. That's something you observe. That's something that you now know. But the thing is that if you're just so concerned about being right and you're not looking at the whole picture, you're not going to learn things. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if the person is actually right, you're not going to learn from what they're saying because you're so busy trying to one-up them or be right. And even if you are right in a situation, you're not going to learn the fact that there are other people who might think of different things and ways to think about things, or they might say one or two things in their discussion that will probably make you look at it from a different perspective. But since you're trying to be right so bad to protect your ego and to make yourself feel good about yourself just by being right, you're ignoring all these other things going on around you, and you don't learn and you don't grow. Like, I remember I wrote this quote on Facebook one time. It was something like, I said, what did it say? I said, you'll never, if you're trying to, you'll always lose an argument trying to win, or something like that. Because it's like, you're going to lose out on information, or you're going to lose out on observing certain things that can help you understand things better by trying to win, trying to be right, and then you're not going to grow. See, I've had, even discussions on Facebook with certain people where, they're already set in their ways. Their mind is set on a specific thing, and they're talking about certain things. And, I say, well, I see what you're saying, but you have to look at it from this perspective. And I back it up with sometimes facts and things that are actually going on, right? So instead of them actually paying attention to what I was saying and those facts that were, that pertain to the actual topic, they were so concerned about being right that they're just ignoring everything that I'm saying. And then it gets to the point where the person wants to be right so bad, they have to protect their right to be right so bad that, the discussion or the debate turns into name calling. They're like, oh, well, you're stupid and you don't know what you're talking about because blah, 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 blah. And you're an idiot. And that's why you think that. You understand? So they're not even taking into consideration what I'm saying. They're not taking into consideration that certain things that I'm saying could help them understand the subject that we're talking about better because they want to be right so bad. Do you understand this? So your need to be right is going to cloud, your mind, and it's going to make it hard for you to take in new information because all you're worried about is being right. It's the same thing where even if you're just, like you're trying to do something and somebody might say, oh, by the way, that's not really the right way to handle this situation or to do this or this is not the right direction to go to this place. And the fact that you want to be right so bad, you're like, yo, don't worry about it. I got it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And let's say you're driving somewhere and then you end up getting lost. And you end up getting lost because you needed to be right so bad. You couldn't just say, okay, let me listen to what this person is saying. Let's check it out. Let's see what it is. And you probably could have got to the place where you needed to get to quicker, but your ego won't let it happen. Because again, if if it happens to where you're not right, then you feel bad. You feel like, damn, because now you're attaching, your opinions and your thoughts and your beliefs to yourself. And then you're saying, well, since I'm not right, that means that I'm basically not, if I'm not right about this thing that I thought, then that means that I'm not right. That, the person that I am, if this person, makes me, proves that what I'm saying doesn't make sense, then it's going to look like that I'm an idiot and I don't make sense and there's something wrong with me and I'm stupid. And this is why people feel the need to have to always be right. But when you do that, you don't learn and you don't grow because you're not taking time out to see the information that's around you. You're not taking time out to observe other perspectives because you're so busy trying to be right all the time. And it's cool to, you're talking to, you're saying your opinions and you're saying the things that you believe. And that's all good because you're talking about what you believe is right and what you believe is wrong. But also take time to listen to what other people are saying. If you're having a debate, if you're having a discussion, if you're talking with somebody, do not sit there and just ignore what they're saying and wait for your turn to speak so you can, blab what you're trying to talk about. And you're not taking in any information because you're not going to learn and you're not going to grow. You understand? So your need to be right is going to make it hard for you to learn and to grow. And you have to, you have to catch yourself when you're doing this. Because a lot, I've there's times when I was doing this stuff and I had to, like, I realized, I was like, wait a second, like, why am I trying so hard to prove this person wrong? Why am I trying so hard to, to make sure that they know that what I'm saying is right and what they're saying is wrong? It's all ego. And even if I am right, I still will see another person's perspective on it, because I'm like, okay, well, these people or this person might see it this way. I didn't know other people saw it this way. I didn't know that there were people that, felt this way about this topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something new that you take in. That's some new information that helps you to grow, that helps you see things from a different perspective, that helps you see the world different, not just your own little skewed view. You understand? It makes you more understanding of other people's perspectives and thoughts and things and how they look at other things. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to agree with it. You understand? But it's still that you're able to look at it and see it, because you're taking time out to pay attention to what the other person is saying. You're taking time out to, listen to what they're saying. You're taking time out to observe how other people are being and doing things. You understand? And that's what's going to make you grow. You feel me? All right, so that's all I really wanted to say for today. Guys, if you have any questions, hit me up at askmrlocardio@gmail.com, and I will holler at you later. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.